Pinelands is a hotspot of biodiversity in the middle of the most densely populated state in the nation.
This is really a national treasure.
The Pinelands is a great experiment in showing that people can live compatibly with the rest of nature, even in a crowded state like New Jersey. It only works if we protect the forests and the water by building in the right places.
The Pinelands is the largest remaining open space on the eastern seaboard between Maine and the Everglades. Its unique mix of wildlife, plants, and wide open spaces makes the Pinelands a wonderful place to visit for people of all ages, interests, and abilities.
I'm studying to be a scientist, and to see untouched ecosystems means a lot to me.
The thing that I enjoy most is finding new plants and animals that I haven't seen before.
I grew up in this area, and my dad was a big fan of the Pine Barrens. I have a bumper sticker on my car that says, "I'm a piney from my head down to my hiney."
The Pinelands is a critical ecosystem that coexists with successful towns and suburbs in a very busy part of the world. But this fragile balance can be easily disrupted by sprawling and uncontrolled development of the region's forests and fields.
It's absolutely critical for people to know that Pinelands protection is a priority. If we lose the Pinelands, we lose a globally unique ecosystem.
At the heart of the Pinelands is the Kirkwood-Cohansey aquifer, water embedded in the sands that make up New Jersey's outer coastal plain. The aquifer provides clean, naturally filtered water.
It provides drinking water to at least 1 million people in this area. It supplies irrigation water for farms, and it supplies habitat for the rare plant and animal species that we find here.
The beautiful ponds and streams of the Pinelands are just the aquifer made visible. So when we paddle in a Pineland stream or swim in a pond, we're paddling and swimming in the aquifer itself.
The Pinelands forests are a vast, natural, and free filtration system, keeping our water clean and capturing greenhouse gases at no cost. While it's easy to take this natural filtration system for granted, if it were to disappear, the cost to replace it with man-made systems would be astronomical. And development is having an impact.
In the more developed areas, you start to see altered chemical composition of the water. That has effects not only for ourselves, our drinking water, but also for the entire ecological community.
With 22 million people already living within 60 miles of the Pinelands, it's harder than ever to keep development at bay.
Originally, what was slated for this area was a large airport. It's a developer's paradise to have all this open land and to be able to put, luxurious homes, shopping centers, and you name it, they would build it.
They see it as an area that can be mowed down, lumber that can be harvested, areas that can be used for homes, for buildings, for apartment stores.
Because the Pinelands' vast open spaces are so attractive for development, there are always forces at work to weaken, to sidestep, or even to revoke the Pinelands protection laws.
While the Pineland system protects natural resources, it also protects local farming, especially of native species, such as cranberries and blueberries.
My family's blueberry and cranberry farmers, which dates back from 1829.
The Pinelands laws also protect farms from being turned into subdivisions. So today, there are more than 55,000 acres of working farms in the Pinelands.
All the blueberry and cranberry farmers, they don't want to see destruction, they don't want to see damage, they don't want to see development.
Pinelands forests provide habitat for a growing number of plant and animal species that are under siege.
This is a very fragile ecosystem, and touching one part of it usually ends up touching another part.
There are species that live in the Pinelands that if we lose them from here, we lose them from the planet.
The Pinelands Preservation Alliance is a nonprofit watchdog, advocate, and organizer working on the public's behalf. The PPA is your eyes and ears, reviewing development projects, bringing science to bear, building public support, attending meetings and hearings, and challenging proposals that are bad for the Pinelands.
We're the only organization devoted to making sure that the Pinelands remains a protected region. Understanding the politics, understanding the rules, I think that's what's so critical about PPA.
They rally the troops, they have the networks, they get the word out.
Hundreds of thousands of acres of Pinelands forests are at risk if the protections we have today are ignored or lost. The aquifer is under intense pressure. In many places, overpumping is draining streams and wetlands. That's why we need your help. Join us and continue the fight to protect the Pinelands.
We do have public support. We know that we're doing the right thing.
We've got the passion. It's going to come down to passion, heart, and just digging in.
We need people to say, you can't just do whatever you want because you have the money to.
Some say the odds are stacked against the Pinelands, but I know we'll succeed if we stay strong and we work together.
We can protect this special place, or we won't have it for our children.